So NFL Black Monday was this past Monday, and a lot of NFL coaches got fired. What are your initial thoughts on it, Evan?
Yeah, so just to recap, if you didn't notice, Bill Belichick got relieved of his duties. I don't know if it was official firing. They just hired Gerard Mayo, former player. The Titans fired Mike Vrabel, so still sad about that. Ron Rivera was fired by the Commanders as expected. The Falcons fired Arthur Smith, as was eventually expected after they finished 7-10 again. Pete Carroll got moved again, not an official firing. He got moved to the front office or some position like that. I bet he won't have to do that much, but he's not coach anymore. The Chargers got rid of Staley in the season. The Raiders got rid of McDaniel in the season, and the Panthers got rid of Reich in the season. And the Raiders also got rid of their general manager, by the way. So I wanted to talk about the Patriots switch first. What were your thoughts on Belichick leaving? I guess what did you think it was time? Was this expected? What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was time. He was there for 24 years. He had good seasons with Tom Brady, and when Tom Brady left New England, it just went all downhill. I think that Bill Belichick, I don't know how I feel about saying this, but I feel like Tom Tom Brady might have made Bill Belichick the head coach that he was. I don't know how I feel about saying that.
Jake is seeing me. I'm on the other side. I am shaking my head because that is going to be the narrative. That is completely going to be the narrative. You'll hear this 10 years from now. You'll hear it right now, even. I mean, Jake said it. They're not thinking through it enough. Tom Brady did not make Bill Belichick. The game has just passed Bill Belichick by in the way it never passed Tom Brady by. Tom Brady continued to have good offensive line support, and he was able to continue his career based on that. Bill Belichick, if you're a coach, a great coach for 24 years with the Pats and before, he coached way before that too, so even longer. Sometimes the game just passes you by. It's a new game, especially today. It's a passing game. And the Belichick way isn't necessarily the winning way right now. It could change, of course, different eras. But right now in the 2020s, you got to be a passing team, and the Patriots aren't. So that's what happened with Belichick. Maybe he goes to coach somewhere. We learned he's getting an interview with the Falcons. But no, Bill Belichick is, in my opinion, still the greatest coach of all time, and I do not think Tom Brady made him. But the Mayo hiring is interesting too. Again, I've had my thing against player coaches, but we'll see how that goes. I want to talk about Harbaugh's best fit too. So Jim Harbaugh, he has an interview, I believe, either tomorrow or today with the Chargers. Where would be the best fit for Harbaugh, you'd think, if he came back to the NFL, Jake? I know we've been talking about this for 3 years now, but you know,
Well, me being a fan of a team that is in a head coaching search right now, I think it's the Atlanta Falcons. You got Desmond Riddle. You might draft a quarterback next year. I don't know, but you got Jim Harbaugh, and I think I think the Falcons might be one of the hottest jobs in the NFL right now. You got Bijan Robinson. You got, if you draft wide receivers in the draft, you got quarterbacks who can throw them the ball. I don't know. I
the
feel like
Falcons is enticing because I originally was shaking my head on that too. The Falcons is enticing because of the pieces. I agree with Jake on that. But like
they have pieces. They just got built around.
yes, I agree with that fully. They just got to get a quarterback, but that's entirely if Harbaugh has his guy, he can be like, "Hey, I want this guy in the draft or free agency," and it's a good spot. I think I said the Eagles originally. I don't know if they're going to fire Sirianni, but that's a good spot for Harbaugh. It's a proven team. If they do go
The
ahead of
Eagles,
Sirianni,
well, the Eagles fans definitely want Sirianni fired. Some fan, I was just reading this. I was just reading this, and I felt like this was important to bring up in this discussion. Some fan threw their entire popcorn bucket on Sirianni as he was leaving the field last night.
oh my gosh, I did not know that. Okay, so but I don't see it because they just made the Super Bowl last year. They're going to say off year, whatever. We can decide it. But if not, I do like the Chargers because they do have Herbert, and that's a big market for him. We're running out of time, but last thing I want to go over, what else stands out just on the list? I'll go first on this one. I think the Raiders situation stands out a lot to me because they've been coaching carousel like crazy forever. You had someone in John Gruden eventually, but then that whole thing happened. But before that and after that, they've just been coaching carousel like crazy. You have a proven guy in Antonio Pierce, not a proven guy, but like a guy who the team for sure likes in Antonio Pierce. And, do you want some consistency? Do you want to keep him there and see how it goes? I think
Oh
that would
yeah,
be a good move, but we'll see how that turns out. I know he had an interview with the Titans too. But Jake, anything else that standing out on the list?
yeah. I think the most obvious thing that's standing out on this list was Arthur Smith getting let go by the Atlanta Falcons, which I call, by the way, if you want to go look at earlier video. Um, yeah, I feel like Arthur Smith just wasn't a great fit in Atlanta, and I feel like he needed to go.
Yeah, and where else could I'm just really, really quick. Where else could Belichick go? Just a one word answer. Falcons. Anyone else you see?
The Chargers, Raiders, maybe.
Chargers, Cowboys? No, I don't think he wants on that mess.
Nah, nah.
That's a mess right now.